Hello, good morning, welcome to Ideal World. I'm Hayley. It's great always to have your company. You're joining us for an incredible hour. It's the Planet Cruise TV show, and it's a royal special, Royal Caribbean. I would say some of the most wonderful cruise ships that are available. Everything that you could want on board are with us for the whole hour. And I'll let you know now at the top of the show, the first 15 people to book a cruise from this cruise hour will actually get a bottle of Moet champagne in their room. How amazing will that be? So just a sneak preview. We'll give you more details in a few moments' time, but I just wanted to tell you at the top of the show, because if there's something you fancy, it's worth booking it super fast. But I'm not alone. I am joined by the fabulous Keith, who I haven't seen for ages.
Hey.
How are you?
And you've been on your holidays. You
I've been on my holiday.
And tanned and toned as always.
And doesn't it make you feel good? Holidays are so good, and cruising is definitely the way.
Well, this is a great thing, isn't it? You can get a great tan on board a cruise ship, and you can get everything just moments away. Everything's around you. You don't have to walk far, and you've got great food, great entertainment.
You unpack once and you see so many amazing places, and we really have got some incredible cruises coming up. And Keith, just a quick little bit into your background. I mean, you are the perfect person to talk to because you have lived and breathed cruises.
I have in a way, yeah. 12 years I spent working at sea as a cruise director, entertaining, making people laugh, making people cry, combination of both, and of course taking people around the world. I had a great time. So I've been to all these ports that we talk about, and I've been on board these ships so I can give you first-hand knowledge. And I suppose, hey, that's the great thing about Planet Cruise, is that we're an award-winning company, and that everyone that works at Planet Cruise has either worked in the cruise industry beforehand or has regularly cruises.
That's the wonderful thing.
Cruises.
When I booked my cruise, it was wonderful because the people I was talking to knew exactly where I was going. I was like, should I do this? Should I stay on for a couple of days somewhere, you know, at the end of the cruise or the beginning? And of course, Planet Cruise will make that cruise bespoke to you. So if there's any time you think, oh, I could have stopped at Barcelona to start the cruise, just ask them on the phones. Notice it is a different phone number, and it is, of course, a different web address. So jot those down, and we'll give you ID numbers through the whole of the hour.
And it's worth to be noticed that we're the #1 seller for virtually all the cruise lines that we sell for, including Royal Caribbean, of course, who are on board and with us today for the whole show.
And we've got a gentleman called Adam Goldstein, and he's going to tell you exactly why not? Why Royal Caribbean?
What makes Royal Caribbean, the cruise line, stand out from your competition? In your mind, what makes you unique?
I think it's well recognized amongst travel agents and also consumers that Royal Caribbean builds the greatest cruise ships in the world, the most exciting ones with the most wow features and amenities that often really surprise people, that things like ice skating rinks and rock climbing walls and surfing machines and now skydiving experience can be on a cruise ship. These are things that maybe they're on the land in certain places, but not what you would expect to have during a cruise vacation. When you combine that with the fantastic Gold Anchor service that our men and women on board the ships provide, and the quality of the cuisine and the quality of the entertainment, and then taking you to multiple destinations, you put all that together and it's a special kind of cruise vacation experience. It's a holiday that it's quite memorable. You know, we're very fortunate to be in a business where we often generate the memories, the key memories of a lifetime, of a family, of a couple. And we're able to do that in the UK, in the US, in China, and around the world.
And now we've also got a special guest from Royal Caribbean. Of course, this is Sharon Wilson. Sharon, great to have your company too.
Thank you. Good morning.
Really great always to have someone from the company, because obviously you've got amazing background and know, I should say, every ship.
Well, I do try my best. I'm one of the trainers at Royal Caribbean in the UK and Ireland, and my main role is to educate and allow the travel community to learn as much as they can so that hopefully they will sell more.
And that they are amazing cruise ships, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think Royal Caribbean, you just have everything on board. Lots of one of the firsts. There's always something happening somewhere.
Absolutely. That's one of the big things about the company. They're so innovative. And when I joined 20 years ago, it is now, we had 7 ships, and today we have 23.
Wow.
So it's been a great learning and a great time to grow with this brand.
And they are those beautiful ships where we see rock climbing and ice skating and all these
cars.
I know, on board a cruise ship. And we'll be talking later about neighbourhood balconies as well, where we're looking into, like, Central Park and places. And
yeah, it's kind of, the mind boggles what they have actually put on these ships. It's just incredible to think you can experience that whilst you're actually on a ship.
There really is absolutely something for everybody, I think, on Royal Caribbean. And we've got an hour, we've got 5 fabulous, fabulous cruises. So do stay with us for the hour, because there will definitely be something there for you and you and you and me, because it's that sort of hour that we've got.
I think isn't there some kind of exclusive deal as well that you're offering right at the start here? There's something that we haven't got. We can't show you because it's literally just come in. It's really, really hot. But there's an exclusive deal, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. We have a ship called Explorer of the Seas leaving from Southampton, and it's the 12th of July this year. So it is 2015. It's 14 nights, an Italian med itinerary, based on what we call a Q grade. That's an interior stateroom.
Okay.
And that's from 999.
Wow.
Plus, we will include a select drinks package on that too.
Wow, okay.
Plus, another little bonus here is we will do $100 onboard spend on that.
So just explain
fabulous.
The select drinks package to people who are maybe not familiar with it. What do you get on that select drinks package?
The select drinks package is wines, beers and soft drinks.
Fabulous.
So, and that's for the full duration.
So really that's everything paid for.
And that's a 2-week cruise?
Yeah.
999.
999.
My
really
word,
good.
that was just a sneaky peek that we've just heard about. But let's have a little look at the other deals we've got for the hour as well. We're going to start with Allure of the Seas. It's a 7-night Mediterranean cruise, and it's from Barcelona. And it's going to be a fabulous cruise and a fabulous ship. Actually, Gemma's going to take us on board, so you can have a little look around.
The easy thing about going on holiday with Royal Caribbean is finding something exciting to do. The difficult thing is choosing what to do first. Royal Caribbean really do offer the whole family something special, and it doesn't matter what age you are. Your holiday is going to be jam-packed full of exciting, special, unforgettable moments. So your days could be spent surfing, ice skating, rock climbing maybe, or perhaps just perfecting your swing on the golf course. And then after that you can head to the H2O Zone water park, where you've got fountains which spray water everywhere. Fun for all the family. Whether it's a nice quiet nightcap you're after or some pre-show cocktails, when cruising with Royal Caribbean you'll be spoilt for choice in terms of where to go. And sometimes you just fancy a nice cold pint, and then you can go down to the English vintage style pub. You've also got a sports bar, you can listen to some live jazz, and then for those more sophisticated moods, you can go and have some bubbles in the very glamorous champagne bar. There's live music you'll want to dance the night away to, there's comedy, there are spectacular ice skating shows which are simply breathtaking. And not only that, you get front row seats to award-winning musicals. On top of that, you can watch brand new movies in 3D. You could even watch a film from the pool on the outdoor screen. And then later, on the way home from dinner, you could even bump into Shrek. So on every Royal Caribbean ship, there is a great variety of specialty restaurants, from the Mexican-themed sabors to the more casual boardwalk doghouse. Not only that, if you're watching your figure, you can always pop down to the Vitality Cafe and get some wraps and smoothies and juices and that sort of thing. Or, if you've got a sweet tooth, definitely head along to Cups and Scoops, where you can get your cupcakes and ice cream. When it comes to the accommodation, you've got so much choice. So this stateroom is a balcony stateroom, but you might want to go for a 2-story one perhaps, with really contemporary decor, or perhaps one with a big wraparound balcony overlooking the ocean, or even a family suite. Now those come with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and your own living room as well. But what all of the staterooms have in common is that they all come with a nice interactive flat screen TV, really good for checking your bill and also for booking your shore excursions and your entertainment.
Wow, I think all of Royal Caribbean ships, when I just see them, I'm just like, oh my goodness, can't believe that is on a ship. That was sort of a generic, just showing us the interior of one of the ships. Very similar to what we're going on. Tell us a little bit about Allure.
Yeah, Allure of the Seas is an Oasis class ship. So we tend to give our ships, you know, we put them in classes. They're all slightly different from each other, but what's really unique about the Allure of the Seas is it was revolutionary when they built these types of ships.
Yeah.
They're built based on 7 individually themed, very distinctive neighbourhoods. So for example, you may well have seen from the footage there, but for example, we have an area called Central Park. and that whole area has thousands of plants and trees.
Wow.
Beautiful restaurants in this area, real premium class restaurants. You can sit of a day reading your book. It's really tranquil, and in the evening you could go back up, enjoy a drink in the beautiful bar up there, and as you look up, it is the open sky. So hopefully it's a nice evening and the stars are twinkling, but that's just gorgeous. There's an art gallery up there as well. Another area that, you know, would be shameful if I didn't talk about on Allure is we have an area called the Boardwalk, and it's been based from an authentic American boardwalk. So as you walk along there, there's the carousel going round.
Oh, wow.
We have like the hot dogs area, Johnny Rockets 50 style burgers, where the staff all dance. It's just amazing.
It's going to be incredible. And where are we going? Because not only is it an amazing ship, you've got a really super itinerary as well, visiting some amazing places. So let's start at the very beginning. So Keith, run us through. We're flying to Barcelona.
Flying out to Barcelona, that's right, and then we get 7 nights cruising on board. And just for a flash up there, we are Planet Cruise, the #1 seller here for Royal Caribbean in the UK. First port of call that you're going to get to enjoy when you leave Barcelona is then going through to Palma de Mallorca. So we've left Barcelona, of course, because we're just literally flying in there. We can give you a stay in Barcelona, of course. That's the way we make this bespoke. If you want to stay in Barcelona, just give us a phone. We can add on 3, 4, 5 nights.
That's the great thing with Planet Cruise, isn't it? Whatever you want to do.
But now we're in Palma, and of course here in Palma there's so much. There's a massive long waterfront heading down to the massive cathedral, the neo-Gothic cathedral sitting on the waterfront there, and behind that you've got all these lovely cobbled streets. You've got the Paseo de Born that you saw a photograph there, or you can head out into the caves of Drac, multiple beaches all over the island, and really a wonderful laid-back atmosphere. If you get a chance, head into the Tramantura Mountains, where Rick Stein famously had his wood-fired lamb. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to move on from Palma de Mallorca. We're going through to Marseille. This is your chance to dip into Provence, the sunflowers that made people like Van Gogh famous. And Marseille itself is the oldest of the great French cities. That's Chateau d'Elf, where the Count of Monte Cristo was allegedly imprisoned. And that's the best view in the whole of Marseille, the Notre Dame Cathedral, looking down to this magnificent harbour city. Then we're going through to the Spezia. I love this place. This is a crossroads in what we call Liguria.
Wow.
The big thing about this is what we call Cinque Terre, which is these 5 cliffside towns that are crazily constructed, and they slope down into the sea. And no cars are allowed. You can't get to them by cars. You have to do walking paths along the side, and they literally cling to the side of the mountains, the side of the hills, and they slope down into the sea. They are magical. They are beautiful. You won't see anything like it in the rest of the world. Go and see them. Okay, then we're going through to Rome. Of course, the port is called Civitavecchia, and it's from here that you do that trip into Rome to see the Eternal City, to go and say hello to the Pope, to see the Vatican City, to look up at the Sistine Chapel and gaze in wonder at that magical piece of art, to stroll through the Roman Forum in the footsteps of Julius Caesar, or stand in the mighty Colosseum and imagine those gladiators fighting for their lives. It's an incredible city. The best view is from the top of the Spanish Steps. The best place to get a gelato and relax is Piazza Navona. Okay, we're then going through to Naples, Italy's most red-blooded city. Right down in the south, they almost consider themselves to be a different country entirely down in the south here. This is the birthplace of pizza. Do go and try and eat the pizza. It gives you the strongest coffee as well in the whole of Italy. And from here you can go to Herculaneum and Pompeii if you love your history. You can nip over to Capri, the jet-set island, to see how the other half live. Or you can explore the Amalfi Coast with that gorgeous lemon blossom and orange blossom. Places like Sorrento along the coast ready for you to enjoy as well. It's an incredible place, but explore the old city centre if you can, because it's dripping in history and protected by UNESCO for a reason. And then back to Barcelona, but you've got a relaxing day at sea on board beforehand, which is a great chance to top up your tan, to spend some of that on-board spend, and to enjoy that drinks package which is included, you know. Go and have a glass of wine out on deck.
Talking about what's included, my goodness, everything is included. Now, we just talked about the neighbourhood balcony. This is actually the price for the neighbourhood balcony. You're getting a free upgrade. I can't believe you've got that. It's an incredible, incredible product, and so different. I've never seen this on any other ship. You can see there as well, and this is exclusive for this special hour, so you do need to book it under this ID number 77441. You'll actually get a free double on board spend. It's normally $100 on board. It's $200 on board. You can see the flights there are from London, but do check. It's Planet Cruise. They will sort everything out for you. If you want to actually go from a more regional airport, of course you can. If you want to stay in Barcelona at the beginning or the end, of course Planet Cruise will sort all that out for you. Just jot down the phone number and the web address so you can check everything out. And remember, the neighbourhood balcony, you've got to see this image. this is what we're going to be looking down on, which is just going to be amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the ship is built on the 7 neighbourhoods. There are certain neighbourhoods that have the balcony. So traditionally, you would have had a sea view if you had a balcony, which is amazing. You can still do that on these ships, but the offer is based on a neighbourhood balcony. So gorgeous view of the Central Park there. It could be the boardwalk. It just depends what's available at the time.
And just should we notice that they are topless. They don't have a roof on these.
No.
So you've got the sky when you look up on your balcony still.
Yeah.
And then you've got this as well.
I went, that's not Keith that's topless, it's actually the roof isn't
That
there.
would be, that wouldn't be something attractive.
Those balconies, you can actually see that gorgeous sky. It is stunning. But we've got to leave that one at £999 per person. Incredible, incredible deal. That's the 20th of September, so you can look forward to that. But we've got another sneak preview as well. Now, this is the Harmony of the Seas. This is a maiden voyage.
Well, this is a ship that's still being built. It's still being created.
Yeah,
as we
really?
speak.
Yeah.
It's in the ship
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I'm sure Sharon can tell you how exciting this is going to be, but this is, I believe, another one of the Oasis-class ships, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's an Oasis-class ship, so that will be our 3rd one coming out next year.
Wonderful.
Just after Easter. And, you know, obviously this opportunity is, again, right in our backyard, going out of Southampton, so it's a fantastic ease of so much convenience there. But the key thing is this ship is going to be incredible.
And how exciting to be one of the first to be on it as well. So again, anything that we show you throughout the hour, if you think, oh, I want more details, do just use the number 0800 781 5458. They're there for you. I booked my cruise, which is coming up in August, with Planet Cruise, and it was the best actual experience of booking a holiday that I've ever had, because they know everything that you want. But we've got to move on to another deal, and it is Explorer of the Seas. Now, this is Barcelona, one of my favourite places, to Dubai, which is a place I've got to go to, and we get to stay in Dubai as well. Let's have a little look on the Explorer, because again, magnificent ship. Sharon, tell us a little bit about this one.
So Explorer of the Seas, she's just recently been revitalised. We've enhanced her, and you can see there there's a lot of activities, from the rock climbing to the basketball court to the ice skating rink. Royal Caribbean have many ships that have got that ice skating rink. Enjoy yourself during the day, or go back and watch spectacular shows in the evening. If you want to chill out, there's a gorgeous spa there, multi-level dining room with first class a la carte restaurant experience, as well as speciality restaurants too. So that ship will have casual restaurants, speciality restaurants, and that is what Royal Caribbean are all about, offering choice and flexibility. Amazing for kids. I have taken my own son since he's been 2 years old, and he absolutely loves being on the ship to meet other kids. Fantastic. And again, just looking at the choice of entertainment, if watching a show isn't your bag, you can go and enjoy yourself in the casino. We have the largest casinos at sea, I believe. So if you want to go and spend a few bucks, that's the place to go. But again, just looking at some of that footage there, it is all about the choice.
It is. Am I right in thinking that you now offer like a crash facility as well with Royal Caribbean, up to 6 months old? Because it's so rare within the industry to have that. So you can just take a young baby with you, they're looked after as well.
A couple of years ago, we saw that opportunity, and we weren't tapping into it, from 6 months just to under 3 years old.
I think that's what you're really good at, is knowing what everybody needs, whatever age anybody is. I think you create a ship that's perfect for absolutely everybody. But let's see where we're going, because wow, this is going to be, I mean, I put on this one, wow, and a huge reduction, really unique. We're flying out to Barcelona to start off with.
That's right, we've got some relaxing days at sea before we then hit your first port of call, which is Crete, beautiful island. So we've moved out of Barcelona. Again, we can always give you a stay there if you would like at the start. Now, in Crete, the port is Chania. This is a region on Crete's north coast, and basically it's all about the beaches and the history and the geography and also the cookery. Tons of blue flag beaches littering the island there that you can see here. You've also got a chance to go through to the Knossos Palace, where we hear about the story of Ariadne and the Minotaur, which dates back over 2,000 years. It's the most visited architectural and ancient monument in the whole of Greece. Would recommend do that, but if you do go and explore the maze, take a ball of twine with you so you can find your way back. There's Samara Gorge as well, which is a beautiful place, and as you literally emerge out of Samara Gorge, the longest gorge in Europe, you see some spectacular scenery. Okay, we're then going through a relaxing day at sea before we hit Ashdod. This is the Holy Land, this is Israel. This is an amazing chance for you to see all those little stories that maybe like me, you were brought up going to Sunday school, your dad's a vicar like me, then you know all these stories, and they can be brought to life by this amazing place, Jerusalem, and also Bethlehem. Both of them are possible. You also saw Tel Aviv if you want the more kind of cafe and beautiful beach life. But go and see the Wailing Wall. Go and see the ancient churches there. Go and see Golgotha, where, of course, Christ was crucified. It's incredible. Right, we're moving on now to cruise through Suez Canal. This is one of the things that people want to do when they get into cruising. When they get into their, one of their top of their bucket list is to cruise through the Suez Canal. It's an amazing waterway that basically enables ships not to have to navigate around the Horn of Africa. You can cruise through. It's like your ship is passing through the desert, and it's quite incredible. Make sure when you're out on deck you have some sun protection, plenty of water, because it's very hot. Okay, then we're going through to your next port of call. This is Aqaba, Jordan. Now, I love this place. I used to visit Jordan, not the model Jordan, but the place Jordan.
She would have never let you in.
Yeah, I spent many happy nights visiting, and amazing place, because you can go and see Petra, the Rose Red City, which of course features in Indiana Jones and in many other people's dreams. You can also go to the Dead Sea here. You can head out into the Wadi Rum, made famous by people like Lawrence of Arabia. It's an incredible place. Okay, I would recommend when you do go there, though, if you do one thing more than anything else, is go and see the Petra, the Rose Red City.
Right.
Then you're going to sail. See that massive sail all the way down the Red Sea,
wow.
right out
so you
and
can
round.
really enjoy the ship.
It's incredible weather, really hot, beautiful, beautiful scenery. See lots of wildlife, lots of whales and dolphins swimming in pods as you go alongside. Make sure you're out on deck. Then you hit Dubai, and now you're going to see Dubai. This place where 20, 30 years ago nothing existed. Now you've got this huge metropolis. Now, there is history there. You'll see in the Dubai Museum, you can trace here the history of the Berbers, the ancient people. You can go out and still some of the nomadic villages, see the spices and their way of life. But, of course, it's a monument to the power, in a sense, of mankind, with these huge, great skyscrapers, with the world's most expensive 7-star hotel with an underwater restaurant, with golf courses galore. You can even go skiing in the heart of the desert, which just blows your mind. And it's an incredible place to relax.
And we've got 2 nights there. You stay in a hotel. There for 2 nights, so you get to see and enjoy all of Dubai as well.
Including the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, with the magical fountains.
My brother's just come home from there with his daughter who's 12 or coming up for 12, and they absolutely loved it. Have a look at what you've got included, because that is the end of your holiday, 2 days in Dubai. You've got massive reductions on this. Now, this has been one of our previous bestsellers, but you've got another £500 off. It was £1,649 per person. Look at the price now, £1,149 per person. You'd struggle to get flights over to Dubai and accommodation for 2 nights. You've got all of that, plus you've got those fabulous Crete, Israel, Jordan, the Suez Canal. You've got all of that included on your cruise over there as well.
Works out to £72 per person per night.
It's absolutely
really
crazy.
Value.
I mean, it's you can't believe £72 per person per night. I always say this, we'd struggle to stay in Peterborough for these sorts of prices.
I think it's well documented that Dubai itself, it can get quite pricey if you're staying in a hotel, whereas the ship is acting like a hotel towards the end there, and it's a good location from the port to get around a lot of the places you just mentioned there, so it's fantastic value.
It's absolutely fabulous. Remember, if you want regional flights, check them all out, but we do, again, need to move on. The ID number for that one, by the way, is 91382, but we are moving on now. We're off to Hong Kong, Voyager of the Seas, and let's have a little look. Hong Kong, 2-night stay. A friend of mine lives here. What an amazing city.
It is. Well, literally translated, it means fragrant harbour. The harbour, of course, dominates. There's the massive magical light show at 8 p.m. every night, which most of the buildings of the harbour take part in. And in fact, part of what we're giving you here is a Symphony of Lights cruise to enjoy that light display. So you'll cruise out into the middle of the harbour and see it happening around you. It's amazing for shopping. I mean, I don't even like shopping, and I ended up shopping. There's loads to do. You can eat out 3 times for 12 years and eat at a different restaurant every time. You can head up to, right up to Victoria Peak on the funicular, and you can look down on these amazing views. You can party with the best of them at the many great nightclubs. You can go down these ancient markets, like the Ladies' Market and many others. It's an incredible array of different things crammed into this amazing multicultural city. We get noodle vendors alongside huge skyscrapers.
Amazing, and that's how you're starting. You're flying out to Hong Kong, and of course then you will have a 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel, and then we get on board.
Then we got 10 nights on board Voyager of the Seas, and your first port of call is quite a rare one. But before we go into that, of course, let's talk a little bit about Voyager, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to see on board again, so you can see exactly what a fabulous ship this is going to be. And Sharon, obviously from Royal.
Yeah.
What makes this ship particularly special?
Yeah, so again, this would be a Voyager class ship, the revolutionary of having things like the ice skating rink with the spectacular shows, the great activities area that is all included in the cost. You have to remember that. The value is incredible.
Amazing.
Seeing all the itinerary, but coming back to such a beautiful ship in the evening has got to be a big draw as to why you would want to tour in this fashion.
It's a safe environment, isn't it? Familiar environment for
Exactly, it's very safe as well. But it's, you know, often you will see 3 generations of families travelling together on the ship, so it's really nice that you can go into things together. We also have the DreamWorks experience on board this ship, so you can, no big queues if you want to have pictures taken with Kung Fu Panda or Shrek, and that's fabulous parades that they put on as well. And also, you know, it's not that's the only type of entertainment that you can enjoy. There's lots of different entertainment on here, and as I say, these are the Voyager class ships that really did change the kind of you know, the way what people could expect on the ships nowadays.
The ice rink on board as well, they have a full show on board, don't they?
Yes.
So it's a dedicated, called Ice Planet, I believe, isn't it? Or it used to be Ice Planet, maybe they've changed it now?
They have different shows actually on various ships, so, you know, I've seen a number of different types of shows, but it's all professionals.
Shows are amazing. Yeah. It's a little bit like you've got the West End, you've got you know, that fabulous ice skating show in Blackpool. You've got all of this on board one ship. You've got entertainment for absolutely every age group.
And in a, you know, in a 1 hour show, you would have something like 12 different costume changes.
Fabulous.
The standard is so high, so it's absolutely, you know, fantastic value again.
It's going to be absolutely fabulous, but we've only just begun. You've got to see where we're going. Now, we've already been to Hong Kong. Now we're boarding the ship, and where are we heading to?
Okay, so this is a really rare port of call. This is Sanya, and this is a deal, of course, we featured on Tuesday, and it sold so well we were desperate to get it back on today. Sanya is the southernmost city in China, and the best way to describe it is it's like China's Hawaii. Miles and miles of beaches, 20 kilometres long, would you believe? Tropical city with tropical weather, loads of water sports and jet ski, and great chances to go diving or snorkeling, innumerable hotels, a great chance to see people enjoying themselves and having a good time. Relaxing day at sea then on board that fabulous ship that Sharon beautifully described before we hit Vietnam. And this is a great chance to enjoy Ho Chi Minh City. You might remember it more as Saigon. And this is an overnight on board, so plenty of chances to head out to these amazing sanctuaries where you're going to see ancient temples, where you're going to see more modern temples of the Buddhist variety, and of course you've then got the hustle and bustle of a city where the motorbike is king. You know, Saigon is incredible. You can head to the Rex Hotel, head to the top where they had the press follies in the Vietnam War, and you can look out across the whole of the city, and from there everything is walkable. You can head to the Ben Thanh Market where you can buy anything you want. You can head out and paddle down the Mekong, or you can go and explore the Chiching Tunnels, which the Vietcong built, which are incredible underworld complex. Okay, then relaxing day at sea. Now we're going from Vietnam now over to Bangkok. This is Thailand. Now, Thailand's the only country in this whole continent that was never conquered by another nation, so it retains a tremendous cultural authenticity, and when you explore it, not only are the people friendly, but there's so much to see and do. You've got the floating markets you saw a picture of there, you've got the Temple of Wat Arun that you'll see later, which is the Temple of Dawn, which sits on the seafront. You've got the Grand Palace, you've got the reclining Buddha. Go and get a temple at Wat Po with the blind masseuses, that's Wat Arun. Try some of the local food, and if you want to really shock yourself, wander down a place called Soy Cowboy and see some of the more fun side of Bangkok living, shall we say. I won't say any more. Okay, you have got an overnight there as well, which is great because you do need to travel into Bangkok. Make sure you do it though, because it is an amazing capital city, and do a tuk-tuk ride. It's better than any roller coaster. Okay, relaxing day at sea before you then go through to Singapore. And this is where you transfer to a hotel and you get 2 nights in a 4-star hotel in the heart of Singapore. Singapore, an amazing place, of course. It's the metropolis, if you like, the kind of commercial heart of Southeast Asia. You've got the Singapore Flyer, their version of the London Eye, great for views and for a little bit of a trip. Then, of course, you've got the temples. And the great thing about Singapore is you've got the Jurong Bird Park, the world's largest walk-in aviary. You've got one of the only patches of virgin rainforest in the world in a city centre. There's only 2 of them, and they've got one, the Bukit Nature Park. And you've also got great shopping. So Orchard Road if you want your Gucci and your Vuitton, and a great night safari at the zoo with over 900 different nocturnal animals. But this is the best thing.
Wow.
That's the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Took 3 months to rise up and place on the top there. And I always say, head up the top for the views, get a cocktail, relax on the beach up there, and look out over the whole of Singapore. It's magical.
What an amazing itinerary.
I want to go.
Oh, me too, shall we? Should we
Amazing.
just go and phone and book? Because this is incredible. It's going to be those once-in-a-lifetime experiences on board a magnificent ship, seeing incredible countries.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, you're saying a relaxing day at sea. I guess you probably will feel like that after all the touring, but if you're someone that has a lot of energy and you want to go and take part in all these other things that are going on, that's the beauty of the cruise. You can do as much or as little as you want.
And you've got so much included, and it's all included there for you as well. Do check out all the regional flights. You've got hotel stays, of course, in Hong Kong and Singapore. You have a hotel stay at the beginning of the holiday and at the end. Incredible price, because you'd struggle to fly to Hong Kong and Singapore and China and Vietnam or any of those places with that price. £1,389 per person in October the 11th. And again, of course, with Planet Cruise, everything will be sorted for you. Just jot down the ID number 101421. But we need to move on, but I feel we all need to take a big breath. Because this is amazing. This is when I turned over the page, and this is once in a lifetime. It is an amazing itinerary. It's something you'll think, I've got to do this. And I'll tell you where we're going to start off. We're going to start off at New South Wales, and we fly over to Sydney. We have a 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel there. And let's have a little look at Sydney itself, which is where you're going to start your holiday.
Yeah, you do. Now, the most amazing thing about this is I've got to say right now, this is probably the most intense, most detailed chance to explore New Zealand and Australia I've ever seen on the show, and certainly the 2 years I've been here. Starting off in Sydney, you've got the great chance there to see the Harbour Bridge, or the Coat Hanger as the locals call it. Great chance to walk along there for the views. Sydney's great because it's edged with bush all around the edge of the harbour. Wherever you go, you can't escape the outback. You've got the amazing beaches. You can walk along from Bronte Beach all the way to Coogee Beach on the cliff tops there, or maybe do it as a run as I did, which is great. You've got a great surfing culture. Everything's outdoors in Australia. The people love to live outdoors, and you can get into that vibe. Head out into the harbour to maybe see the dolphins swimming. Head over to to Bonsai Beach, over to Manly. Use the ferry service, which is really, really good. Head out into the Blue Mountains. See the Marlborough Wine District open up before in front of you, and taste some of those gorgeous Australian wines. If you want to trace back the history, maybe even use some of your ancestors that were sent over when Australia was first, I'm not going to say created, but when certainly modern day Australia, the origins were traced back to the area called the Rocks, and that's where the first penal colony was, and you can trace back the history there in the walls of the pubs. It's quite incredible, really interesting. And if you get a chance, definitely try some local coffee and some local food, because the restaurants out in Australia and in Sydney are first class.
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning, because then we're getting on to the radiance of the sun. Oh my word. This, again, another magnificent ship.
Yeah, she is. And a little bit different in class this time. This is a Radiance class ship.
Right, what does that mean?
Radiance of the Seas is a little bit smaller than some of the other ships we've talked about today. But again, beautiful solarium, a choice of various pools there, hot tubs. All these solariums are kind of themed as well, Indian, African. It's really nice. We also have the sports court there, and what you can see right now is one of our top accommodations. So that would be one of the top suites that you can see on the footage at the moment. But again, all of our ships have had these enhancements, so they will all have, like things like outdoor movie screen, digital wayfinders where you can easily find your way around the ship.
Really handy.
And the spa is always a great area for people that, they want a lot out of it. Now, I have to talk about this area here. This is stunning. This is the centrum area that you would have on any Radiance or Vision class ship, and that's the heartbeat of the ship. We have now entertainment aerial performances there, which are stunning. This choice has this ship has a lovely choice of restaurants also. But one of the nice things about this ship is that you can actually, if you decide to eat in the Windjammer Marketplace, you can actually eat outside as well. So, and that's always a nice option when you're on holiday. But of course, all of the ships now have more choice of dining, more entertainment, and everything that Royal Caribbean are doing with their enhancements, with their investments, is at the heart of the guest experience. They want to improve everything, they want to move on. What's available today is different from what was available, you know, 5, 7 years ago. But these ships are beautiful, and you know, they are just that little bit different from the other class that we've been speaking
Do
about.
you know, the big thing for Royal Caribbean is the fact that some people, particularly who haven't cruised before, will think, oh, these ships look really, really big, and how am I going to find my way around? But the great thing for Royal Caribbean, as you mentioned, is the Wayfinder system, which features on board your ships, and there are all the major places where you get off a lift. There's a Wayfinder system there, and you can literally find a restaurant, you can find where you are. You've even got a function that says, I've drunk 1 beer too many, and it shows you where the nearest toilet is.
Brilliant.
And you know, it's really interactive, it's really fun, and again, it's, you know, something the Royal Caribbean introduced, which really makes it a lot easier, particularly for first-time cruisers and even for experienced cruisers.
It just sounds incredible, as does these 37 nights. So we start off in Sydney. We've had our stay in Sydney, but now we're getting on board the Radiance of the Seas. So where are we heading to next?
Okay, forgive me now, I'm going to have to go really quickly because we've got so much to get in, it's incredible. Okay, so you've had that time in Sydney, you get on board the ship, 32 nights cruising, a couple of days at sea. They can be relaxing, they can be energetic, they can be whatever you want them to be because it's Royal Caribbean. I think that's what Sharon was saying there. Your first port of call is Wellington, it's New Zealand's capital. Stunning views of forested peninsulas, dramatic cliffside homes and fine Victorian buildings, and you can do a Lord of the Rings tour. Go and say hello to Gandalf and Frodo. Okay, then we're going to Akarawa, or I'm always terrible with my pronunciation there, so do tell me if I've got that wrong. It's on the eastern shores of New Zealand's South Island. It's a little slice of France sitting in the shadow of the snow-capped southern Alps with secluded beaches and quaint boutiques and a harbour full of the rare Hector dolphins. Then we're going through to Dunedin, and this is a little slice of Scotland. They always call it the Edinburgh of New Zealand, and you might even hear the bit of the bagpipes. Try some of the local haggis. It's also home to New Zealand's only castle. So do come and see that and see great views from there. Now we're going to head through 3 fjords, essentially. They're called sounds out here, and they're incredible. They're so stunning. Think about the fjords on an even grander scale. Steep cliffs that have been carved over centuries by dozens of waterfalls. And you've got, first of all, Doubtful Sound, Dusky Sound, Doubtful Sound and Milford Sound. The 3 there to enjoy. You're going to see a photo of them now. Just look at that and imagine sailing through. And again, if you've watched the Lord of the Rings films, then you will feel like Frodo in a little boat heading towards his final destination. My mind fails me.
That's stunning.
Relaxing days at sea before you then go over to Australia, and your first port of call in Australia, Melbourne, a sophisticated, slick bohemian city full of character-filled neighbourhoods, got a great art scene, really, really good fun place to go and eat out again. And if I can make a recommendation of one tour, explore the exciting gold rush days of Australia's past and do the Puffing Billy train. It's a century-old train which runs on the original mountain track through some of the old ranges. Okay, then we've got relaxing day at sea before we go to Adelaide, quite a rare port to pull into. Tree-lined boulevards, great Victorian and Edwardian architecture, but this is the big chance for you to go to the Barossa and Eden Valleys. If you're a wino like me, head out there to some great bargains and to see the viticulture in its essence. It's beautiful. Then we're going through to, this is very rare, Esperance. First time it's ever featured on the show, one of the first times I've ever seen it featured in an itinerary on board a ship. Full of dramatic white sandy beaches, gorgeous coastline, look at the colour of the sea there, and also beautiful orchids. It's known for its flowers, this area of Australia, and you're going to see gorgeous flowers. So if you are a flower lover, head here. Relaxing day at sea before we go to Fremantle, or Perth as you might know it. This is the gateway to the wild west of Australia. It has 3,000 hours of sunshine a year. Oh, I feel so jealous. Swan River Cruise is the great thing to do here. Head down the river, past the Royal Perth Yacht Club and the Millionaires Row, or head out, if you can, to a magnificent marina and aquarium. And the aquarium is a total walk-through aquarium with these huge glass viewing platforms where you can see all the wildlife, underwater wildlife of Australia brought up close for you. Because it means you don't have to get wet. Okay, then we're going through to Geraldton. Again, the first time this is featured on the show. It's the capital of what we call the Bativa Coast, and it's a great chance for you to again explore beauty, pristine beaches, and this is a great also place for windsurfers. I know the whole of Australia is known for its windsurfing, but you'll see a lot of them here. A lot of those tanned, bronzed men, Hayley, Sharon, you'll love that. You know what I mean?
It's getting better and better.
Oh, exactly. Book it now, book it now.
Shall I get off and stay there?
And there's also great lobster here, and plus that, it's the Principality of Hutt River. It's one of the world's oldest micronations.
Fabulous.
That separated in 1970. Okay, then we're going through to Port Hedland, another unique place. Again, beautiful beaches, mangroves, and 31 different Aboriginal groups call this home. So there's lots of rock carvings, lots of history here to trace back Australia's ancient roots. I'd recommend you do that. Relaxing day at sea before we then go over to Bali, Indonesia.
Gosh.
You know, there's over 17,000 Indonesian islands. Bali's probably the most well-known. It's beautiful. You've got all the beaches, you've got all the big hotels on the outside, but head inland to the rice paddies. Head inland to the hills full of temples that are so magical. Go and watch the Ketchuk, the fire dance, and see them bring the story of Hanuman, the monkey god, to life in front of you. It's an incredible place. Ubud Monkey Forest is a great place to go and see the long-tailed monkeys swinging through the cork forests. And just look at that. Some of this imagery here will blow your mind. Relaxing days at sea before we head to Darwin, named after Darwin, okay? It's closer to Indonesia than any other Australian city. And of course, he stopped there, Darwin, on HMS Beagle in 1839. Best thing to do here is to head out to the World Heritage Kakadu Park, which is a great combination of lush rainforest. And you see this guy, the Jesus bird. Why is he called the Jesus bird? He walks on water. Okay, relaxing days at sea before we then go over to Cairns, and this is great, one of Australia's most exciting destinations because it features 3 great things to do. First of all, you have the Great Barrier Reef on your front doorstep. Okay, then you also have 26 miles of the famed Marlin Coast, which is stunning. Yorkeys Knob. I used to love announcing that on the show. So we're in Yorkeys Knob tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, you can also head into one of the oldest sections of rainforest in the world, the Kurunda National Park. Relaxing days at sea before you then go through to Brisbane, or what the locals call Brisvegas. 600 miles north of Sydney, the Golden Sunshine Coast on your front doorstep, Steve Irwin Zoo on your front doorstep full of crocodiles and kangaroos. But the best thing to do, cruise down the Brisbane River, go to the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary and cuddle a koala. It's one of the only places in Australia where you can cuddle a koala. And if you've not done it, doesn't matter if you've been married for 50 years, you will prefer a cuddle from a koala. They were built to cuddle. They are amazing. They are amazing.
This is absolutely breathtaking.
And breathe.
Oh, that's it. That was fabulous. And then we're back to Sydney and you are back home. But what a variety of amazing, such unusual ports as well. Amazing itinerary on board a stunning ship as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful ship. I've talked about it before. It is the Radiance class. It's so popular. Probably looks a little bit more traditional inside. You know, we have a lot of wood inside and a lot of glass as well, but absolutely what an amazing way to see all those beautiful places on this ship.
What's that you see at the top there? That's the top wraparound bar, isn't it? Can you see? It looks like almost like something out of Star Trek, right at the back there. Explain that to us. That's
okay. So that area is called the Viking Crown Lounge, and it's a 360-degree lounge area where you're going to get unparalleled views of the ship and the surrounding scenery. So it's a lovely place to do sailaways or sailing in the mornings, and in the evenings sometimes they use it for entertainments, or in some of the ships it could turn into a nightclub. But it's all, again, with the money that's been reinvested, the whole ship, you could walk onto these ships and think, this looks brand new.
It is incredible. Have a look at what's included. You've got so much included. Think of all those amazing places that you're seeing. If you want to get regional flights, of course it's Planet Cruise, so they will sort that out for you. Of course, you're staying in Sydney as well, including that 32 nights on board that Royal Caribbean International, the Radiance of the Seas. You really have got once in a lifetime. I'm thinking special anniversaries, special birthdays. It's that amazing trip. Your ID number there is 83955. That is an experience you will never ever forget. And jot down that phone number, 0800 781 5458. Of course, you can jump onto the website, but do get onto the phones because they've been to all these places. They are the most helpful people. When I booked my cruise, I couldn't believe how easy it was and how I suddenly felt that I'd been and I knew where I was going, and they could advise excursions and book those excursions ahead of time as well. So sort everything out with Planet. But we've got to do our final cruise. It is the Anthem of the Seas. This is a 13-night Spain, Madeira and Canary Islands. Now, we've got on board Stuart, and I think he's going to talk us around Anthem of the Seas.
So again, this is why I'm trying to get a bit more information out. Yeah, obviously we're looking at the new ships coming in for 2016.
Sure.
Obviously, I presume that's not going to be the last ship ever to come through with Royal Caribbean. I would have thought. So obviously in the horizon we're looking at more ships.
Well, we have announced we have the 3 Quantum class ships coming And we've got 2 more Oasis-class ships coming. So Oasis 3, we just announced a couple of weeks ago, it's called Harmony of the Seas. And Harmony joins us. So we've got Ovation and Harmony both joining us just after Easter next year. And then Oasis 4 will follow about 18 months after that. The one I love is Anthem of the Seas, because we're, you know, the ship coming to the UK has a very, very musical theme. You know, we've the music hall on there. You know, when it's sailing from the UK, it will have you know, we will have tribute acts from the 80s. We'll have a Beatles tribute act on there to name but 2. We've got We Will Rock You. Great bit of Queen. Brilliant. Brilliant West End show will be in the theatre. And then we've got this great space at the back of the ship called 270. And 270 it's an interactive it's a kind of lounge bar during the day. It's a relaxing area during the day, but then in the evening it turns into a kind of cocktail bar type entertainments venue. We have an entertainments venue with up to 25 entertainers on stage, and they come in from below the stage and they come down, you know, from the above. We have our robot screens. So you get 6 robot screens interacting and being part of the part of the show as well. And then right round the back we have an area which is called Vistarama, which is part of the show as well, which are screens that are more powerful than IMAX.
Oh, really?
Okay, in terms of the projection on there. So you've got the theatre of the dancers and entertainers, you get the robot screens interacting, and you get Vistarama at the back. Now you don't get that on a land-based holiday at this present moment in time, and we've created.
I mean, that is, I just can't wait again to get on board. It's going to be absolutely incredible. But all places that I love as well. That's the great thing, because of course we have got Madeira, we've got the Canary Islands, all beautiful places where you're guaranteed sunshine, but you're guaranteed sunshine on this ship. And I think we're going to have a little look on board now so you can see exactly where the sun shines on Anthem of the Seas.
When you're travelling on board Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas, it honestly feels like you've taken a trip in Doctor Who's TARDIS. It is so futuristic.
Robotic bartenders, virtual balconies and venues that literally change in front of your eyes. You will feel like you've been transported to the moon as your first port of call. This really is a smart ship. Should we go and explore?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
On board, there are 18 different dining experiences, which means that if you're on the ship for a week, you could have your dinner and your lunch somewhere different every day and still not have tried them all.
But the best is behind me, Jamie's Italian. Yes, the naked chef has brought his fresh, rustic Italian food to sea with Royal Caribbean.
Oh, I got bumped. Ah! This is Royal Caribbean Seaplex, and it is absolutely amazing. By day, you can come down here and learn to juggle or do some trapeze skills with the circus school. And then, of course, you've got the first ever bumper cars at sea. Bumper cars at sea, amazing. And then at night, this transforms into a roller disco. I've bought my leg warmers. Right, I'm off. I've got to get them back. I think this is the most exciting cruise ship venue I've ever experienced. You've got 2.5 decks worth of glass just wrapping around 270 degrees of the aft of the ship. So it means that in the day, the light streams in.
Then at night, these huge windows become one giant TV. A stunning video is projected onto the glass. Acrobats descend from the heavens and huge robotic arms dance with live performers. Trust me, you've never seen anything like this. Welcome to the cruise industry's first bionic bar. You order via the tablets provided or via your smartphone on the IQ app, and then your order is displayed on the screens around the bar. A bar bot then blends your order with laser precision and lightning speed.
Fresh from its 12-year hit run in London's West End, the musical We Will Rock You will be premiering here in the Royal Theatre, and you can even book the best seats online.
The accommodation on board Anthem of the Seas offers you plenty of fantastic options. For a start, all the interior staterooms feature virtual balconies with real-time views allowing you to lie in bed at night and watch the moon ripple across the water.
However, if you'd like to feel like a king or queen for the day, then how about trying out the Royal Loft? This is a spectacular 2-deck high suite which comes complete with its own whirlpool and butler service.
Wow.
I know.
Like, oh my goodness. Love the robots.
Yeah. Yeah.
The world's first bionic bar, which is incredible that you feature all the...
I mean, everywhere you turn on these new quantum class ships, which obviously the one we're looking at today is the brand new super duper Anthem of the Seas. It's just got so many brand new, only on Royal experiences.
It's just absolutely incredible,
we can keep
isn't it?
bringing back guests to Royal Caribbean because they love the brand, but they want to try something new.
And that's what you bring all the time, something new, something for everybody. And this is going to be a special cruise for a lot of you out there. We're starting off first of all in Southampton, so if you want to stay in Southampton the night before, don't forget, of course, you can add on the Meon Valley, which is usually around about £75 per person, and then you can park there as well for all that period of time. You can park,
that's all included, and the great thing about that is obviously it's really good value because of the parking, but also you get a taxi from the hotel to drop you off and then take you back to your car at the end, so you feel like $1 million.
Perfect.
It's a great place to stay.
Great way to start.
Okay, relaxing day at sea before you hit Vigo, which literally clings to the snow-capped slopes of the Monte del Castro, and it overlooks a huge bay from which the Spanish Armada eventually set sail to come and invade us all those years ago. Okay, you've got an old Celtic legacy here because the Celts first settled this area, so you might hear the bagpipes. This is green Spain. It's the part of Spain that the Spanish go on holiday in. It's really big on seafood. You've got a lot of great the areas that grow and cultivate mussels right along the coast, so definitely try some local moule. Go to the fish market itself and head out if you can to the Albarino wine district. It's risen to international acclaim recently for the white wines it produces, which are first rate. Relaxing day at sea before we go through to Madeira. Funchal is the name of the port. It gets its name from the fennel, which grows in the harbour underwater. And this is incredible because this is an island of flowers. It's one of my favourite places in the world. Winston Churchill used to stay here. You can go up to the Reed's Palace, where he used to stay, and you can have afternoon tea still as he used to have it, and overlook down in the bay your ship. You can head out into the mountains, see some of the largest coastal cliffs in the world, and of course you can head up to the botanical gardens, and then you can do a wicker toboggan back down, traditional way of getting around in Madeira, which is incredible. Try some of the espadada, it's their local delicacy. Beautiful hanging beef. Tenerife's next. Snow-capped peaks, sunbaked beaches, Laurel Park, which is great if you're there with a family, an award-winning wildlife park with parrot, dolphins, sea lion and gorilla shows, would you believe it? You can explore Santa Cruz, which is a great authentic slice of the Canary Islands, and head out into the Orotava Valley where you can literally go through banana plantations on quad bikes. Yeah, it's really good fun. Gran Canaria is next. Golden dunes drenched in year-round sunshine. The Bandama crater standing 3,000 foot high is fantastic, one of the world's few inhabited craters. You've also got the Christopher Columbus Museum here that you can enjoy, and this kind of scenery, which is absolutely stunning. The Arucas Mountains, they're called. And again, you can quad bike through there or explore them by car. Lanzarote's next. Lunar Landscape, which is legendary. They filmed so many original movies here. Such if you go back to those ones with the gorillas, Land of the Apes.
Yeah,
Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes. That was it. Land of the Apes.
No, it wasn't Land of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. The 1970s. That's what they filmed it all here. You can go and see the Mountains of Fire. You can do a camel ride through there. It's an incredible place to go and enjoy some beautiful scenery. Relaxing day at sea before you go to Lisbon, the Portuguese capital. You sail down the Tagus River, past things like the Bellum Tower, past the Monument to Discoveries, under the amazing bridge here. You dock, and then you can explore this incredible city, which has great things to see on the outside, but it's very hilly. So use the trams. They're bright yellow, they're ancient, and they give you some of the best tours in the world. And in fact, the two best ones you can do are Tram 28 or Tram 39. Both of them give you a great chance to explore the waterfront or up the Baxia, down the Barrier Alto. Then we're heading for a relaxing day at sea before we go over to Bilbao, perched on the hills above the rust-coloured waters of what we call the Nervion River. It's a thriving port. It's got a lot of quirky artwork along the waterfront here, which you can see. And, of course, Frank Gehry's magnificent museum, where you can go inside and see amazing works of art. The Guggenheim, you've probably heard of it, but just alone looking at it on the waterfront is quite stunning because it's a bit of a work of art just in its design. Again, if you want to head out from there, San Sebastian, which is frequented by the Spanish royalty and a lot of celebrities, it's a great place to head out for a day trip.
It's going to be fabulous. So back to Southampton, do as much shopping as you wish, pack as much as you like, and look at all the frees. You've got a free upgrade from the virtual balcony to an ocean view when booking the 2 dates, September and October. You've also got a free upgrade from an ocean view to a balcony when booking on the 15th of September. You've also got included a free all-inclusive drink package, and you've got free up to $200 on board spend. Your itineraries may differ, but you've seen everywhere that we're going to. Your ID number for this is 77547, and of course you have got prices for the 15th of September, the 28th of September, and you've got the 11th of October. So have a look at the prices, jump onto the phones, remember the ID number 77547, and you really have got an incredible trip there on another amazing ship from Royal Caribbean. But we need to go through everything that we've seen. We started at the very beginning with the Allure of the Seas. It was 7 nights, it was Mediterranean. Have a look at where you are going to. 20th of September, it's at $999, deposit only. It's a free upgrade to one of those neighbourhood balconies. You've got an exclusive free double on your actual onboard spend. It's normally $100, you've got $200. That's just for our Royal Takeover for this hour. Remember, the first 15 bookings, you're getting that Moet champagne in your room, and check your regional flights as well. We then got the Explorer of the Seas. Now, this was Barcelona to Dubai. This was amazing. You've got a 2-night stay in Dubai in a 4-star hotel, huge reductions. It was originally actually £1,649 per person. You're saving £500. This has been a really popular cruise, but you've got a £500 saving on that popular cruise. And of course, check your regional flights, and deposit only is all you need for that. You've then got the Voyager of the Seas. This is 14 nights. This is a great itinerary. Hong Kong, China, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, and you've got stays there in Hong Kong and Singapore. You're on board in Bangkok. Check your regional flights. You've got an included cruise as well, Symphony of the Lights in Hong Kong. Your ID number for that is 101421. We had the Radiance of the Seas. Now, this was amazing. 37 nights, Australia and New Zealand, with a stay in Sydney to start you off. It works out under £90 per person per night, deposit only. Check your regional flights as well. Amazing value, once in a lifetime, and a really stunning itinerary, 83955. And we've just seen the Anthem of the Seas. And again, the 13 nights, Madeira, Canaries. This is from Southampton, so no fly. So do add on that stay in the Meon Valley if you like in Southampton. That will include your parking and your transfer. And of course, you've got free upgrades with that. You can see all of them there, but jump onto the phones, jump onto the website if you want to check out any more information. And remember, the first 15 bookings, you have been lucky enough to get a bottle of Moet champagne. That will be in your room waiting for you on board whichever cruise you chose. It has been an amazing, amazing hour. There's so many I want to book. Sharon, thank you so much for your knowledge.
Thank you.
Keith, thank you for yours. Thank you for watching. Keep booking after